Hey there, good evening everyone. How's everybody doing? How you guys doing today? This is Andy. Today is May the 7th and good day on the market today. Let's get right to it. So right here we are looking at futures chart, NASDAQ 2 minutes. We're going to find those divergences around the gray shaded areas. To me, these gray shaded areas are a really nice time to take on some trades right here. So let's look at a few instruments and see what was happening around these areas. So right here at 7 a.m. So I go from 7 a.m. to 11, and then I have a darker shaded area from about 8 o'clock to 9:30. So this is like just right before the market opens and right when it opens. We have some really nice activity in here. So right before that, let's take a look right in here. Let me just zoom right in. So I'm going to look for a divergence. Now we already had this zone area right in here. Okay, so the market went up, came right back down to test this area. And right here we have and see a nice divergence right here. We're looking for a bullish reversal right in here. So we have, and this is also a nice H pattern. You know, I've talked about this plenty of times in the past. It's an H pattern because it forms a lowercase h right in here, okay? So if you look at your oscillators, this oscillator right here, we have equal lows right there. Sometimes you got to zoom in a little bit right here. And this one right here too, you have it doing exactly the opposite, but we have two confirmations right here. And on the TTM squeeze, there's also another confirmation. But I only need to see it on one of these, but it's really nice to have three or to see three, which is great. So what I do next is you just wait for the trading oracle signal. It shows up a couple of bars afterwards, and you can take on your trade for some nice points in here. So if you went right up to the cloud, or even up to VWAP over here, let's just say we went right up to the cloud, we have 13 points on the E-mini, which is $260 on a single contract right here. So the really cool thing is that usually, you know, I anticipate this reversal, this little pullback right in here. Okay, and when that happens, it forms a nice an inverse head and shoulders right in here. So what I like to do here is, you know, you can wait for the signal again, and there you have it. My sensitivity setting I'm showing you today is on 85, and this one takes off. So where would you exit the trade? Well, you look left and you see market structure right here. Okay, you can just bring that straight out because none of this stuff happened already, so you never know. And you get exit right here in this area. So another really nice thing that's happening right here is what I call the transitional phase of the market, you know, according to the EMAs right here. Okay, so it's going short right here, and when you have the red, orange, and teal in that sequence, and then you have your cloud, and when price is above the VWAP, then you can take that trade and go higher if you were trading the sequence patterns this way. Okay. So now, as you can see, the sequence pattern is alive right in here. So the smart thing to do is to look for long positions. Excuse me. In this case right in here, we have a golden signal. and price shot up, but it reversed on us. So this was probably going to be a failed trade right in here. Okay. If you're going to wait for the next signal, which is this one, then you can take that straight up. Okay, but if you were trading divergences in here, what I would have done is I would have waited until I see that A plus setup in here to just to give that extra confirmation for me. I know that I'm going with the trend going up, but when I get that divergence trade, it's just an added confluence in here. So here you can see that the market dropped below this candle that the body closed right in here. And now I look down to my oscillators and I want to see this doing the opposite. Okay, so right here we have equal lows, so that alone right there lets me move up higher. Okay, sometimes you got to zoom right in here too. This one is also equal lows right in here, so you can draw your line right there. And this one here, not quite. This one is dipping lower, so I have two confirmations right here. And then you just have to wait for the trading oracle signal, and this one just really went up for some nice points. You could have exited right here for about, it's a $600 trade because you have market structure to the left, or if you would have just let it run up a little bit more, you could have gained, right into $1,000 on a single trade. You got 50 points right here, $20 a point, per contract. So we'll leave that right there. And then, as you can see here, it did go into a consolidation before it dropped. But right now I'm just kind of concentrating in these divergences and the movements around the New York Open, which is this green bar right in here. Okay. So next, I want to go into, for those that are trading oil futures, this is a really nice one. Oil moves really nice at times. So let's see what was happening right in here. So around this time, if you wanted to take a nice trade, you have amazing sequence patterns happening right in here. Okay, you've got the VWAP on the top, you have the 200 EMA cloud, and then you've got the red, orange, and teal in that sequence. And you have your nice golden signals coming in right in here. So whether you gotten in here or if you, waited to see if there was another signal, but I would have probably gotten in here if I was doing this. And you can take this straight down, and this thing just tanked all the way down to this area. Now, why did price stop right here? Because to the left, there is probably some sort of a zone. So with this zone, I'm going to mark this with the orange line. Plus, we're also at a pivot point, which is that green line. So, and then, it bounced up. But if you zoom way to the left in here, there is probably here, I could probably go to a higher time frame just to say, this is something that you guys should get used to doing. So we are right over here, and if we keep moving left, you can see how far you have to go at times. So here is where price reacted. Right over here, you had a resistance area. So you can see that what I'm doing right here is just bringing the zone just right back to where we were at. I'm going to go back to the 2-minute. So this is what you have to do before you start trading. Okay, and just mark up the chart right in here. And as you can see, so this is why price reacted right here. And from this area, from from this dip right in here down to this, you can also check for a nice bullish reversal area. So I like to look at my oscillators, and right in here you can see this is going up a little bit, so that tells me right there that this is a nice bullish divergence. Okay, the TSI is not giving that to me, and the TTM squeeze is also not giving it to me, but the ultimate oscillator is showing the opposite of what price is doing over here. And then you just have to wait for your trading oracle signal, and you can move right up to this zone area that you can see right here. It's like a respected little area. It kind of stretched back out this way, and price just tapped right into that and came right back down. But I always like to find a nice divergence. So this will be a nice hidden bearish divergence is what we will be looking for, from this peak right in here to this peak. Okay, obviously we want to go down. So what's happening right here, you can see, and right in here in this little area or in this peak, you can see price or the oscillator giving me a higher high, where price right here is giving me a lower high right in here. And that alone just lets me take the trade after I see the signal right in here. So even right here, you have another confirmation, and down to the TTM squeeze, there is also another confirmation right in here. Okay, and then the signal shows up here. We have a nice slingshot golden signal. It's a perfect sequence. You can take this trade for some points right down to the zone area. So, and then the cycle will just continue once again, so, oops, I didn't let go of this right there. There we go. So then from this point down to this point, or from here to here, from this little swing low right here down to here, I will look for a confirmation for a bullish divergence, okay, just by using the crosshairs of my cursor right here. This is not giving me that. This is going in the same direction. This as well is going in the same direction, but I am getting that nice bullish divergence down on the TTM squeeze right here, which then you just wait for the signal, which shows up a few bars later, and you can take this up for some points. So once again, the trend never stays at the same trend going downwards, and in terms right here, at some point it's going to end and wants to start going up. So here's that transitional area once again on the EMAs, and I do expect a nice pullback. Sometimes this pullback happens right on the right where everything just switches over, but it's okay. You just have to kind of play it by ear sometimes, and right here we do have the sequence that's starting. We have the red, orange, and teal, which that just lets me know that the trend is starting to go up, and price right here, in this case, it would have been nicer to have the 200 and VWAP underneath the price, but it's closing above it right here, and that's good confirmation to go up. And this one just shot up for some really good points right there too. Okay, so this is just something to be on the lookout. So I'm going to get into this little strategy at a later date, how that can be used with another time frame. And for now, I just want to concentrate on divergences is what I like to show you here. Okay, so from here, let's go down to let's see what the Dow Jones, the YM Dow futures were doing today. All right, let's let the chart here load up a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's see what was happening right here. So, okay, price here is just coming down right into that 7 o'clock hour. We see that nice transition that's happening right in here. So if I were to see this, I would have been taking this trade, because I would have probably had this zone marked up right here, thinking, price is probably going to come down to this zone. But in this case, even this little divergence area right here was a failed divergence. Not every strategy is 100%. It did reverse a little bit, but dropped down really fast and respected this little area right in here. So at this point, you just want to just wait a little bit just to see what would happen coming up. You want to look at market structure and see if price is going to be above the swing low right in here. So we also have a nice double bottom, from here to here. Okay, and as I'm also looking at my oscillators, I can really see the shift moving up. From this point right here, you can see how there's a shift and it's moving up this way. Okay, so same thing is happening right in through here. There's a shift that price is moving up, and also down in here, from this area, price is starting to go into the bullish zone of the oscillator down in here. So this right here, it's also a little sideways movement, and this happens in the market sometimes. Here you had this selling pressure right in here. That's why price couldn't move up in this point. So sometimes, things like this happen. But right in here, okay, you had this really nice rejection wick in here. Price did not continue to push down below these swing lows right in here. Instead, you had a nice golden signal that was moving up, and this is a nice change right in here. You have nice market structure, and just for added confirmation, you can also get into the trade once price breaks through this higher point right in here, and you can move up for some good points right in here. So, and then what happens in here, the market shifts right in here from the low to the high. Right in here, you have that transitional stage, and then look what happens in here. You had that nice pullback right into the open. Seems like price came down here a few times to test that, but we've got this perfect sequence right in here. You have the cloud, you've got the VWAP, and then red, orange, and teal, and then you've got your golden signal, and this thing just takes off for a while, before there's a reversal. So even pushing up to here, off to the left somewhere, there is a nice zone that's that's making price stop right in here. One of these things again where I can look left, okay, and let's see how far back I have to go. Sometimes it could be a while. Let me go to a higher time frame, see if that helps a bit. Okay, we started from way there, so just right through here. Let's see if we find, now I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame, so you can really see where I had to go. Okay, this these highs right in here on the 1 hour time frame is rejecting, and that's why price is stopping where it was. So it's picking up on this. It's also picking up on this wick area. This is a nice little zone area right in here. These days you would have seen this happening, right in here. So, days later, probably a couple of weeks later here too. Let me just go back to 2 minutes. We had, here we go. Price reacting to what was happening way to the left. So this is one of the reasons it's always good to mark your charts. And as you've seen, how far back you had to look sometimes, because you don't have anything right nearby. Okay, right here where it was a nice double top, you could have, marked this up, this little zone area right here, because in the future, price can react to that, as you can see what happened right in here. So price bounces off this zone, comes down to this area that was caused by this double top from earlier in the morning, and kind of went up and then broke right through. So you can even see this is a really nice shift in the market, because right here you can see price this pushing down, and you can see right here on the oscillator it's pushing down, and right here you can see it pushing down, and even right here from this peak to this peak it's pushing it down. So when I see this right here too, you've got 4 arrows. This is a really nice confirmation that the market is going to be moving down. You can go ahead and on the signal and take this. Okay, it's not a divergence, but it's just it's another way of some nice confluences here and taking this trade going down. Another way is you can just wait for the shift, the transitional area, which is happening right here, and here's that pullback. That's why I said sometimes it happens right at that transition right in here. Okay, so you could have seen that golden signal, and you can take that trade coming down. At the same time, you can also look for a continuation divergence, from this hump, from this peak right up to this peak, and you can clearly see it from this peak to this peak. It's doing the opposite right there. Let me just delete these arrows just so you can see it a little bit nicer. Even up here too, you can see that how it's doing the opposite right there. So this is confirmation to go down. Okay, and then we encounter another golden signal right on that nice sequence. Price is below everything right here, and you could have came right down to the next level right in here that we've seen from the 7 o'clock hour right through here. So, and even in here you do have a nice divergence right in here, plus you're at a nice level, and here it is. There's that nice trading oracle signal, and then here's that nice divergence right in here, and wait for the signal, and you can take the trade right up to this zone. Remember earlier I said we have that double top, really nice. This is why it's really nice when you put these rectangular zones, stretch them out as far as you can, and even right here price taps into it before it goes down. So look at that, price went right up, and it just came right down. So right here you did have another bearish divergence right in here, and you can see on the oscillator price came down, and you would enter that trade right right after the close of the candle when you see the signal in here. And once again, see what happens when you stretch these out. That makes for good take profit area, coming all the way down in here. So as you can see, there's quite a few opportunities in here and a couple different strategies in here that you can look out for. If any of you like to learn more about divergences, you can leave me a message down below. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, and if you want to contact us, there's information in the link. And I will see you guys on the charts tomorrow. Take care, everyone.